Hey everyone, welcome to the Comfy Cozy Club. My name is Nathalie and today I have a yoga practice where we're really going to focus on how we feel and respond accordingly. So we're going to start in a comfortable cross-legged seat. Now we're going to be here a little while, so if it's super chilly where you are, maybe get a little comfier and cozier, and then make sure that you're really comfortable. So you can always start by sitting up on a block or maybe even on a chair. Just make sure that you can really straighten out through the spine. So reaching the crown of the head all the way up and then sliding your shoulders down as you close your eyes whenever you're ready. And just settle in here. So sometimes when we close the eyes, when the body gets still, the mind immediately starts going a bit crazy. So just observe the thoughts, maybe the abundance of thoughts. Maybe you're already feeling quite peaceful. And bring your attention to your legs and let the legs become really heavy, as if we're grounding down. Feeling the weight of the sitting bones. Feel the weight of your elbows. Feel the weight of your shoulders. And then keep the lift up through the spine. Now bring your attention to your breath. And without changing anything just yet, just notice how the breath feels. So is it really deep and full? Is it all the way down in your belly? Or maybe you're still breathing in the chest? And usually when we start to really observe what's going on, something starts to change automatically. So maybe the breath becomes a little deeper. Let's take a really deep breath in through your nose. And a long breath out through your mouth. Again, breathe in through your nose. And as if you're standing outside on a super cold evening, exhale as if you're blowing a cloud of smoke. One more time. Take a deep breath in. And exhale out. And now just breathe in and out through the nose. Making sure that the inhalations really reach all the way down into the belly. And then let's bring the attention in even more. How are you feeling? How is your energy? Are you feeling really good? Maybe quite crap. So just check in. And then bring the fingertips down beside you. As we really lift up through the heart, roll the shoulders down and back. And now connect to an audible Ujjayi breathing. So take a really deep breath in as you circle the arms all the way up. And take a long breath out as you circle the arms all the way down. Take a deep breath in, circle the arms all the way up. And exhale out, circle the arms all the way down. And now just keep it going, moving with your own breath. And starting to really connect the movement and the breath. really fluid movements. So we're already in our first vinyasa, moving with the breath and moving with intention. Listen to the sound of your breath. Almost as if you're diving or snorkeling, and all you can hear is that sound of the breath. Okay, let's do one more cycle. And then when your fingertips are down, keep them down. Once again, really lift up through the heart, roll the shoulders back, and slowly open your eyes. Now we're going to bring the hands out in front, and we're going to rub them together. So kind of like you're sitting in front of a crackling fire, and we're going to make it a little faster. Kind of like you're making fire, a little faster. Let's see if you can speed it up even more. Hopefully getting some heat going. And now bring your hands to your neck and just give your neck a bit of a massage. So how is the neck feeling? Maybe you've been behind screens a lot. Maybe you've had a bit of a stressful day. The tension usually tends to go straight into the neck and shoulders. So let's take the hands over to the right shoulder. Maybe one hand, just see how the muscles are doing. So really literally feeling it out. Oh, my hands are still very chilly. Okay, let's do the other shoulder. So just feel the warmth in the upper back, in the shoulder. Notice the difference between one shoulder and the other. Okay, and let's keep those relaxed shoulders going the entire practice. Release, take a deep breath in, circle the arms all the way up, really ground down through the sitting bones, and then bring the right hand down as you bring the left arm up and overhead into a really big side body stretch. Turn your nose up to your arm. Ooh, I can see that my armpit is really nicely lit today. Okay, bring the left fingertips down, bring your chin in. So fingertips to the floor, keep the palm of the hand lifted, feel the stretch in the upper back. And then breathe and pull yourself all the way back up, lift up through the front body, ground down through the sitting bones. And then bring the left hand down and the right arm up and overhead into a big side body stretch, ground down through the right sitting bone. And then bring the right fingertips down to the floor, bring your chin in, feel the stretch translating into the upper back, the mid back. Pull yourself all the way back up, spread the fingers really wide, and now we're going to come onto hands and knees. So give yourself a moment to get organized, bringing the knees in line with your hips, bringing the wrists in line with your shoulders, spreading the fingers really wide. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, press down into the mat and roundin through your spine. Come into your cat stretch. Breathe in, tilt the pelvis up, send the heart forward, send the gaze up, come into your cow stretch. And now move with your breath. So listen to the sound of your breath, exhaling as you round. Inhaling as you arc into your cow stretch. Exhaling as you round. And now keep it going. So let your own breath determine the flow, determine the pace, the movement. How is your spine feeling? Where is the space? Where are you tight? How does it feel to be on your hands? Are you really gripping in the fingers or maybe still hanging out into the wrists a little? Don't. So really firm the fingertips into the floor. And return into a straight spine. Bring your knees as wide as your mat. Melt your hips all the way down towards your heels. Send your arms out in front. Bring the forehead down to the floor. Feel the expansion in the lower back. Feel the length in the spine. Just take a really deep breath here in your child's pose. Once again, take a moment to check in. And then breathe in, shift your weight forward, left hand in line with the left shoulder. Breathe in, pull the right elbow all the way up. So opening the heart, the chest, and then send the fingertips all the way up to the sky. And now as you exhale, pull the right hand back as if you're sliding it down a wall. So feel the right shoulder moving away from your ear. Feel that opening through the right chest, the pecs. And now bring your right hand back down. Same thing on the other side. So breathe in, pull the left elbow all the way up. So spinning the heart to the sky, fingertips to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, really press away from the mat. And exhale, slide the left hand down. And plant the hand back down. Now walk your knees hip width apart, so walk them in just a little as you curl your toes under. Now walk the hands out a step, pinkies about as wide as your mat. Roll the shoulders out so the collarbones become really wide. Lift the lower belly in, and now really slowly lift your knees and send your weight all the way back, moving into downward facing dog. Bring your feet a little wider than hip width. Turn your heels out just a little. And then bring the heels down one at a time. Now instead of speeding it up, really slow it down and reconnect to the breath. Listen to the sound of your breath. So these are the kind of moves that you might have done before, maybe a couple of times, maybe hundreds of times, maybe thousands of times. But instead of just going through the moves, really notice how your hamstrings are feeling today. Notice how downward facing dog is feeling today. What kind of dog is it today? Okay, breathe and look over to the front of the mat. As you walk your feet up, come into a forward fold. Bring the feet about hip width apart. Melt your nose down to your knees. And now bend the legs so the belly can get closer to the upper legs. And then give the backs of your legs a big hug so you can bring the nose closer to the knees. Relaxing the crown of the head down, feel the stretch in the lower back, the opening. And then release the hands. Take a deep breath in, bring your hands underneath your knees. Coming into flat back extend. Reach the crown of the head forwards. Slide your shoulders away from your ears. And now really lift the pit of the belly all the way in and up. Just taking a couple breaths in our flat back extend. Feel the strength from within, and then feel the inner thighs spiraling in and back. One more breath. And on your next exhale, come all the way back down into your forward fold. Now keep pressing down into your feet to roll yourself all the way up. So take your time here. All the way up into your mountain pose. On your next inhalation, send the arms all the way up, extended mountain pose. And as you exhale, bring the palms of the hands together and take it all the way back down into your forward fold. Now move with the breath. Breathe in, lift up halfway, fingertips down or hands underneath your knees. Reach the crown of the head away from you. Exhale, fold. Step into your plank pose. And now take a moment in your plank to really press down. So feel the lower belly lifting in and up. Press down through the hands, but also press down through the feet. So feel the inner thighs spiraling in and up towards the ceiling. So it's impossible to hang out into the lower belly. Take a deep breath in. And now as you exhale, lower your knees down. Come onto the tops of your feet. We're going to take it super slowly. So keep lifting the lower belly in, so don't let your pelvis hang down. Bring the elbows in towards the body as we hover all the way down to the floor. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And soft landing. Well done. Reach the toes away from you. Bring the hands in line with the shoulders, elbows hugging in. Now press down into your feet, lift up and gaze over the right shoulder, getting a gentle twist in the spine. Exhale, nose down to the floor. Breathe in, lift up, gaze over the left shoulder. Exhale, lower down. And now keep it going, moving with the breath. Breathing in, lift, gentle twist. Exhale, lower. Breathe in, lift. Pull the elbows back. Exhale, lower. One more on both sides. How does it feel? How is the back feeling? Are you on your dinner? Let's do one more. Okay, bring your nose down, curl your toes under, keep hugging the elbows in. Breathe in, lift up, come into your plank pose. Exhale, send it all the way back into your downward facing dog. Roll the shoulders out. Feel the inner thighs spiraling in. Stay here as I lose my mic. Hi, Mike. Okay, let's do one more breath. And then as you breathe in, slide the right leg all the way up, coming into three-legged dog. And as you exhale, step the right foot all the way over to your right thumb, making sure it arrives. Take a deep breath in, send your gaze forwards. And as you exhale, lower the left knee down, come onto the top of the left foot. Now breathe in, gaze forward, curl the corners of the mouth up. And as you exhale, really press into your right heel as you send your hips back. So think hips down towards the heel as you come into a half splits pose. Breathe in, send the gaze forward, roll the right foot down, really grow wide through the collarbones. Exhale, pull your hips back, flex the foot, spread the toes, and press into the right heel. One more. Take a deep breath in, expanding. Exhale, contract and stretch. How are your hamstrings? Okay, breathe in, gaze forwards, roll the right foot down, plant the left hand. Breathe in, pull the right elbow all the way up, send the right fingertips all the way up to the sky. And now once again, smooth the right hand back as if you're bringing it down a wall. And maybe bring the gaze over towards the right thumb. Exhale, right hand down. Curl the left toes under, breathe in, lift the left knee up. Step back into your plank, really pressing away from the mat through the hands, through the feet. Hug the elbows in, you can always lower your knees down here and hover all the way down to the floor. Come onto the tops of your feet. Breathe in, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, nose down to the floor. Curl the toes under. Breathe in, press up into your plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Turn the heels out just a little. Roll the shoulders out and return to your breath. My leggings are too slippery. Just because my mic keeps falling down. Okay, let's do the other side. Take a deep breath in as you lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot towards your left thumb. Just so you know, my mic keeps falling down and not my leggings keep falling down. Breathe in, bring the gaze over to the front. Exhale, lower the right knee down. Flip onto the top of the right foot. Take a deep breath in, smile, relax your frown. Exhale, pull your hips back. Really press into the left heel. Melt your hips down to your right heel. Breathe in, gaze forwards, roll the left foot down. And exhale, pull your hips back. So maybe you can pull it back an inch. Maybe you have a serious case of lockdown hamstrings. So it doesn't matter how far you can come, just don't overdo it. Let's do one more. Exhale, pull the hips back. Relax your nose down to your knee. And breathe in, gaze forwards. Press into the right hand. Breathe in, pull the left elbow up. Send the left fingertips to the sky. Exhale, slide the left hand down. Feel the opening in the left chest. Maybe bringing the gaze towards the left thumb, really press out of the mat. And exhale, bring the left hand down, framing the left foot, curl the right toes under, breathe in, low lunge, and step into your plank. Exhale, from toes or knees, hover all the way down. Really fold the elbows straight back. Breathe in, baby cobra, press into the feet. And follow your breath down, nose down to the floor, curl your toes under. Breathe in, press up, plank pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, bring your gaze over in between your hands. And as you exhale, make your way all the way to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Breathe in, lift up halfway, hands underneath your knees. Lengthen. And exhale, fold it all the way down. Now this time really press down into your feet. Breathe in, come all the way up into extended mountain pose. And as you exhale, circle the arms all the way down. Bring one hand underneath your belly button and bring one hand to your tailbone. So let's see if you can pull those together, lengthening the tailbone down, feeling the lower belly pulling in. Now just make sure that you aren't really clenching your bottom, because we want to make sure that there's still some space for the lower belly. Now keep the hands where they are, but send your hips all the way back. So nothing really changes in the upper body, nothing changes in that pubic bone to tailbone connection. We're just deepening the fold, bending the legs. Deepening the fold at the hips. Okay, send your arms forward, so we're in intense pose. Now if your shoulders are quite tight, bring the arms down a little lower. So you don't have to do the perfect version or the most impressive looking version of the pose. Just make sure it feels really good in your body, and that doesn't mean that it can't be intense. It should be intense. Maybe bend your legs a little deeper, but keep your heart lifted, keep your neck long, keep the frown relaxed. Take another deep breath in. And then as you exhale, take it all the way down into your forward fold. Whew. Breathe in, lift up halfway, hands underneath your knees, reach the crown of the head forwards. And exhale, take it all the way down, plant the hands, breathe in, step into your plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now breathe in, slide the right leg all the way up, so coming into a three-legged dog. And as you exhale, step the right foot all the way over to your right thumb. Now breathe in, take it all the way up into a high lunge. And from your high lunge, take it into warrior two. So drop the left heel down, open the arms out side to side. And once again, just take a moment to feel. So make sure the right toes are pointing forwards. Really press the right knee out. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Press into the inner edge of your left foot. And that should really help you engage the left inner thigh. Now gaze over your right fingertips. Feel the strength in your legs, but now relax your face. So everything is really strong, but the face is soft, happy. Press into the right foot, extend the right leg out. Turn the right toes in, so we're in a really wide-legged stand. Bring your hands to your hips. Pull the elbows back. Now if you're quite bendy, your ribs will probably want to come up, but pull the lower ribs in so you keep that core strength. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to fold from the hips, keeping a really straight spine. As you're down halfway, take a deep breath in. And follow your exhale all the way down until the crown comes down towards the floor, or somewhat in the direction of the floor. Bring the hands down. Bring the elbows in, and now really find the center of your feet, so don't hang out into your heels. If your hands are down, you can press the floor forwards, but maybe you're just on your fingertips, maybe you're on stacks of books, maybe you're on your spouse. That sounds weird. But just make sure you can relax the neck And don't overdo it in the backs of the knees, so keep a gentle bend in the knees. Breathe in, lift up halfway. Now we're going to come up the same way we came in. So bring the hands to the hips, pull the lower belly in, and breathe in, pull yourself all the way back up. Okay, enjoy the gentle head rush. Turn the right toes out to the short side of the mat. Now we're going to keep the legs really strong and long. The same thing here, I don't want you to hyperextend the knees. So if you feel like you don't have enough strength here, just walk the back foot in, just a little step. So you can really press into the outer edge of your left foot, press into the ball joint of the right foot. Now breathe in, send your arms out side to side. Relax the shoulders down. Keep the lower ribs sliding down. Imagine me taking a hold of your right hand and just pulling you forwards. Feel the left hip moving back. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching until you can't go any further, and then still go further. Bring the right hand down to the right shin, or bring the back of the hand to the inside of the leg. Pull the left elbow up. Send the left fingertips all the way up to the sky into our triangle pose. Now lengthen your tailbone towards the back of the mat. Pull the lower belly in. Lift the heart to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in and soften the right knee. Take it down into your low lunge. Now from our low lunge, we're going to come into our twist. Bring the left hand down. Breathe in, pull the right elbow up. Really press into both feet, lift the hips up a little higher, extend the right fingertips up to the sky. And exhale, plant the right hand. Breathe in, step into your plank. You can always skip the plank. Exhale, chaturanga, all the way down or maybe halfway down this time, what feels right. Breathe in, cobra or maybe an upward facing dog, really press into your feet. And exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, let's take 5 breaths to reset. And maybe you'd rather take a child's pose. Please do. So notice what your body needs. If you need to take a break, just take a break. But just stay with the breath. So keep your attention within the corners, within the contours of your mat. Listen to the sound of your breath. If you're in child's pose, make your way back into your down dog. And then breathe in, slide the left leg all the way up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your left foot to your left thumb. Hug the inner thighs in and breathe in, lift up into your high lunge. Exhale, warrior 2, right heel over the center line. Now, really feel it out. So make sure warrior 2 feels really strong. So it always starts with the foundation, pressing into the feet, pressing into the outer edge of the right foot, the inner edge of the right foot, pressing into that ball joint of the left foot. And then think about hugging the thighs in a little, pulling the pubic bone and the tailbone in towards each other. And you're thinking about 100 things, but relax your face, gaze over your left hand, and breathe. 1 really deep breath in warrior 2. If you're super warm and sweaty, you're doing it right. If you're not, you're probably doing it right too. Okay, press into the ball joint of your left foot, lengthen the left leg, turn the left big toes in. Bring your hands behind your lower back this time. If that's too much, hands on your hips. Now press your knuckles down, lift your heart up, and once again your ribs will probably want to open up, but pull them down. Breathe in deeply. And now as you exhale, start to fold from the hips, slow and steady. Relaxing the crown of the head down towards the floor, but reaching the knuckles up to the sky. Center your weight on the soles of your feet, pressing into the insides of your feet, outsides of your feet. Don't hang out into your heels. Now breathe in, lift up halfway, reach the knuckles all the way back. Exhale out. And breathe in, pull yourself all the way up. Keep pressing the knuckles down. And exhale, break free. Breathe in, send the arms out side to side. Turn the left toes to the short side of the mat. And notice your stability here. So if your energy is going whoop every which way, just walk the right foot in a little more. Really turn the right heel out so you can really press down from the outer hip all the way down to the heel. Strengthen the legs. So if you're quite bendy, don't hang out into the back of your knee. Keep a gentle micro bend. And now imagine me taking a hold of your left hand and pulling you forwards. Even more, even more. Feel the right hip moving back. So really feeling our way into triangle pose. And then bring the left hand down, the right arm up. You can keep the hand on the shin or the back of the hand to the leg for even more core action. And now place a little light bulb on the sternum and let it shine up to the sky. Slide the shoulders away from your ears. Pull the lower belly in. Maybe pull the right shoulder back even more. And as you exhale, slowly bring it back down. Lift the right heel. Really press into the right hand. Breathe in, pull the left elbow up. Send the fingertips all the way up, big twist. And exhale, frame the left foot. Breathe in, step into your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Breathe in, cobra, or maybe an upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths before we meet in child's pose. So maybe you're there already, but if you're in down dog or child's pose, just breathe. How does the pose change? And then bring your knees as wide as the mat, big toes together, forehead down, and soften in child's pose. Check in with your breath. How are you feeling? We don't have to do anything with the information, but just observing and noticing is already doing something. Okay, lift the corners of the mouth. Breathe in, shift your weight forwards. Walk your knees in, curl your toes under. Breathe in, lift the knees. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in, slide the right leg all the way up, so coming into a 3-legged dog. And as you exhale, step the right foot up towards your right thumb. Now breathe in, send the gaze forwards. And we're going to step the left foot in about halfway. So from here, center your weight. So the tendency will be to hang out into the right hip, and you'll notice that with kind of a pinching sensation in the right hip, especially if you're quite bendy, the tendency will be to go there. So lean towards the left a little so the weight is centered. And then we're going to lift the left leg up. So imagine pressing the left leg into an imaginary wall. Maybe coming onto the fingertips. Maybe sending the arms out next to the body, so coming into a flying warrior. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring the fingertips back down. Melt your nose down towards your knee. Now you can stay here in a standing splits, or we're going to work into a half moon pose. Now just explore. You can fall down as many times as you like. Just do it with a really happy smile. Okay, so right fingertips down into the floor. If you have a block or a book or a pet, now is a really good moment to use it. Stack the left hip onto the right hip, so open up the hips as we did in our triangle pose. Bring the left hand to the left hip. Now this is about the biggest balancing pose there is, so be gentle with yourself. Really explore, and kicking, pressing that left foot into an imaginary wall will really help you with your stability. Maybe starting to turn the heart up to the ceiling, extending the left fingertips out to the ceiling, but maybe not. Breathe. And then as you exhale, slowly pivot it all the way back down, back into your low lunge. Ah. Lower the left knee down, come onto the top of the left foot, and send your hips all the way back. Half splits pose. That should feel really good. How did the first half splits pose feel, and how is it feeling now? Breathe into the back of your leg. And then breathe in, gaze to the front of the mat. Exhale, roll the right foot down, curl the left toes under. Now if you want to take a vinyasa or straight into down dog or maybe a child's pose, otherwise breathe in, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Breathe in, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 really deep breaths. So when we tend to focus really hard, sometimes we lose the breath. Let's see if we can keep the breath going. Breathe in, lift the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot all the way up to your left thumb. Breathe in, bring the gaze forwards. And then as you exhale, step the right foot up about halfway. So take a moment to center your weight. Now instead of thinking, I'm gonna hoist up, lift up my right leg, think about really pressing down into your left foot. And by pressing down, the right leg will automatically come up. So working from strength instead of from momentum. Keep the hips parallel, reach the crown of the head forwards, slide the shoulders back. You can always keep your toe down. There is no cheating. You don't have to achieve anything. Send the arms out next to the body. Flying warrior. Take a deep breath in, really active through that right foot. And then exhale, take it down, strengthening the ankles. Okay, keep pressing down to lift the right leg up. Bring your nose down towards your knee, standing splits. You can stay here or lengthen out through the spine. Start to open up through the right hip. So stacking the right hip onto the left hip, pressing the right foot into an imaginary wall. You can keep your fingertips down here or pull the elbow up, hand to the hip. Think triangle pose here. So really opening, breathing. Maybe extend the right arm up. Pull the belly in. So think about pubic bone, tailbone connecting. And now, smile. Okay, slowly lower down. Slowly, 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 slowly. Into your lunge. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the right knee down. Come onto the top of the right foot and pull the hips back. Melt your nose down to your knee. Soften the shoulders. Well done. Whether you were super solid or super wobbly, well done. Breathe in, bring the gaze forwards. Exhale, roll the left foot down. Breathe in, lift the right knee up. So one more chance for a vinyasa, take it or leave it. Breathe in, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Breathe in, heart opener, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Okay, slowly lower the knees down. Bring the big toes together. Forehead down. And now if it feels right, hands next to the feet, coming into a child's pose. Relax the shoulders. Soften the jaw. And reconnect to the breath. Okay, now you're welcome to stay here and take a little break. Or we're coming into one more plank pose variation. So take it, but you're definitely allowed. You're allowed everything, but if you want to, you can just stay here. Otherwise, lift yourself up. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and then step the legs out. And we're just going to come over onto the outside of the left foot, inside of the right foot. You can always come to the lower arm if your wrist has had enough. Pull the right elbow up. Send the right fingertips up to the sky, coming into a gate pose. Lift the hips, take a deep breath in. You can always lower the left knee down here. Lengthen the tailbone down towards the back of the mat. And as you exhale, bring the right arm next to your ear, gate pose. Spiral the heart up. Breathe in. And as you exhale, take it down. Other side, straight into the other side so we don't lose courage. Come onto the outside of your right foot, inside of your left foot. Press away from the mat. Zip the thighs in. Lift the left elbow up, fingertips up to the sky. And left arm next to the left ear, gate pose. Breathe. Feel the strength in the side body. Pull the lower belly in and lower down. Okay, this time bring the knees together, feet together. Bring the hands all the way back and melt your head down. Catch your breath. Soften the shoulders as we're going to stretch. Press into the tops of your feet. Roll yourself all the way up. Now interlace your hands behind your lower back. Breathe in, lift the heart. And now really press the knuckles down, so feel the opening in the chest. And then as you exhale, release. Now I want to do a bit of a weird pose. Sounds more exciting than it is. But I want you to feel a big stretch in the upper back. If, as we're doing it, it doesn't feel right on your head or it doesn't feel like there's any stretch, you can always come back here and you can take eagle arms. That's the same kind of stretch. It's actually the exact same stretch for your shoulders. So you always have that option. Now we're going to bring our weight forwards and curl our toes under. So taking it really slow on this one. Bring your chin in and bring the top of the head all the way down. It's kind of like a bowing down. Okay, we're going to try and take a hold of the heels. So this is really depending on your anatomy if this is possible. You might need to send your hips back a little, that's fine. If it's impossible, you can always just skip this one and come to eagle arms. Now I don't want you to place all your weight on your head, so keep your weight back a little. And now with your hands, really pull on the heels and then really press the heels into the hands. So it can be a bit of a tricky one to get a hold of, but once you feel the stretch in the upper back, it should feel so good for tight upper backs. Make sure that you aren't pressing into your head. Let's do 2 more breaths. So again, just exploring. And then bring your weight back, hands underneath your shoulders, press yourself up, come onto the tops of your feet, and just sit up here and take a moment to let the blood flow out of the head. Breathing in, lengthening through the front body, and exhale, sliding the shoulders down. And then shift your weight forwards, cross your ankles, walk your hands back as you sit up really tall. Extend your legs out in front, flex your feet, pull the toes towards your nose and see if you can pull those pinky toes towards your nose and then really press down to the backs of the legs. Breathe in, extend the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, take it over. Imagine me taking a hold of your hands and gently pulling you forwards. You can always bend your knees. In fact, if you feel like you're rounding through the spine, please bend your knees. Getting lots of length from the tailbone to the crown. The chin is in. And breathe. Listen to the sound of your breath. And slowly release as you roll yourself back up. Now bring the right foot to the inside of your left leg. Breathe in, extend your arms all the way up. And turn the trunk of the body, the upper body, in line with the left leg. Now once again, fold from the hips as you take it forwards, maybe towards your foot, maybe bending the leg. And then really slide the shoulders down, keep your chin in, and breathe. And then starting to soften, bringing the nose closer to the knee without forcing. Keeping the length from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And just one more breath. Breathe in, gaze forwards. And exhale, roll yourself all the way up. Same thing on the other side. So extend the right leg out long. Left foot to the inseam of the right leg. Take a deep breath in, circle the arms all the way up. Turn your heart in line with your leg and exhale, take it forwards. Take a hold of wherever you can take hold. Breathe in to lengthen and exhale to fold a little deeper. So now really feel it out. Can you turn the left side of the rib cage forwards a little more? If there's pressure in your knee, bend the knee a little. Slide the shoulders away from your ears. Are there any places where you're still holding tension? You might be able to soften a little more. The frown, the jaw, and then take one more really deep breath in and a long breath out. Slowly roll yourself back up, extend both legs out and come to lie all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest, feel the support of the mat on the back body, your neck is long, and then bring your hands over your knees. As we press the knees forwards, feel the lower back arching, And then pull the knees in. Feel the lower back pressing into the floor. Now, as we're rocking the knees forwards and back, these are our last moments before we head into Shavasana. So really try to feel, what does your body need? What would feel really good? So maybe it's a hip opener. Maybe it's a happy baby pose. Always feels great. Maybe if it's in your practice, it's a reversed pose. Maybe taking a moment to bring the legs up and over. Maybe it's another twist, opening the arms side to side, dropping the knees to one side. Maybe it's a gentle bridge pose. So maybe it doesn't even have a fancy yoga name, but there's just something that would feel really good to you. Just take it. So using our last moments to really make our practice specific to us today. Getting in tune with what the body needs. And just responding to it so that we never overdo it. And leave the mat feeling great. Okay, once you're ready, send your legs out one at a time. So if there's still any discomfort in your lower back as you extend your legs, a really nice adjustment is to bring something underneath your knees. Bring the arms down next to the body, and this might be a really good time to get even more comfy and cozy. So maybe taking a blanket and wrapping yourself into the blanket. Maybe taking out a really fluffy cardigan. Maybe bringing a pillow underneath the head. And then once you're ready, close your eyes. And then immediately start to feel what needs to be adjusted, if anything. So making sure the shoulders are underneath the chest. Maybe creating a bit more space between the arms and the body. Making sure the feet are wider than the hips, maybe even as wide as the mat. Letting the toes roll out. And then let go of any doing of the breath. And just feel the natural flow of the breath. Feel the weight of your head as you soften the forehead, soften the eyelids, feel the weight of your eyes. Create a little bit of space in between the teeth. Gently part the lips. Soften the muscles of your neck. Feel the weight of your shoulders. Feel the weight of your arms. Feel the weight of the backs of the hands. Soften all 10 fingers. Soften the palms of your hands. Soften your thumbs. Feel the muscles of the back relaxing. Feel gravity pulling your body down. Feel the weight of your hips. The muscles in and around the pelvis relaxing. Softening. And feel the weight of your hips. Softening the backs of the knees. Softening the lower legs. Feel the weight of your heels. Soften the tops of your feet. Soften the soles of your feet. And soften your toes. And just take a couple of moments to let go of the doing. And just take a moment to be. Whether you're squished in between your desk and your pull-out couch, in between Lego castles or toys, surrounded by clingy children or pets. You've done so good capturing this rest, this stillness, amidst all the chaos. Take a moment to wiggle your toes, move your fingers, lift the arms and twist the wrists. Take a big, big stretch, extending the arms, the legs. And then bring the knees in. And come to lie on your right side. Now move slowly. Bring the left hand out in front. Press yourself up. Invitation to keep your eyes closed, trusting that the body kind of knows where it's going. And then sit up tall. And once again, one last time, feel it out. Check in. How are you feeling? Bring the hands into a prayer. And bow your nose down to your fingertips. And maybe there's something you'd like to take with you off of the mat into the real yoga. Maybe it's just to check in every now and again. To breathe a little more or a little more consciously. And then lift the corners of the mouth. You've done so good. Bring the thumbs up to that third eye point in between the eyebrows. As we make a really deep bow, bowing down to the highest and best version of ourselves, and choosing to see that within each other too. I hope you have a super relaxed evening, and I hope to see you really soon. If you have any questions or any feedback, I would love to hear it. If you liked the practice, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. That really helps. Okay, I hope you have a super nice evening. I've already said that. I'm so relaxed. I hope to see you soon. Doei!